Hey people, it is Wednesday, May the 7th. The time is 7:45 in the evening and it is about 17 degrees Celsius. And I was obviously just panning around here at the corner of Yonge and Dundas in downtown Toronto. I'm going to head west along Dundas, but I think we're going to make our way eventually onto Queen Street West. And I think the plan is just to walk around and take in some of the excitement this evening. The Toronto Maple Leafs are playing a second game of the second round of the playoffs against the Florida Panthers. So I think a lot of bars and restaurants around the city are probably jam-packed with people watching the game on various screens, in addition to those, of course, who are watching the game in the actual arena. And I noticed in addition to Leafs, we have Tulips. I guess tulip time has arrived in the city also. It's kind of funny, the cherry blossoms, I think, are just ending their time in bloom. But as those come to an end, now we can enjoy the tulips for however long tulips last. I'm not exactly sure. I know they don't last all that long. I noticed yesterday that the tulips started appearing around the city. And I think this is one of the longest continuous stretches of them in downtown. So I'm not sure exactly where all the most popular sports bars are, since I'm not really a sports guy, admittedly, but I think if I walk along Queen West, there's at least one or two places that I'll pass by, and I think there are more in the entertainment district, and of course, closer to the arena itself. There are quite a few.
Well, I think your case is different because...
But there's just sort of electricity in the air around the city, I think, during these playoffs. People really get caught up in hockey in Toronto and across Canada. And I can appreciate that, even if I don't really consider myself a fan per se. Yeah, these tulips just go on and on here. And these trees are still in bloom. Got a bit of a double whammy here. It's bloomception. I think this might be the last day or so where cherry blossoms will be at their prettiest, for those who are a fan of those. I've already covered the cherry blossoms at Robarts Library and Trinity Bellwoods Park in a recent live stream. If you're interested to see what that was like, it's crossing Bay Street. That was it for the tulips, unless I come across some more, but we now can try to look out for some Leafs on some big screens. This is Little Tokyo. I don't think there's too many sports-oriented restaurants or bars along here. Earlier today it was quite sunny and around 20-21 Celsius. It felt pretty summery. It's cooled off a bit now, thankfully. I'm still wearing my t-shirt though.
No?
All right, maybe I'll get off of Dundas here. Take a walk down Chestnut Street. So we had tulips. And now we have chestnuts as we look for some leaves. There's a definite theme to this video, I think. Some financial district views. New courthouse building. The design is nice, but it's a bit stumpy. I know it probably wasn't necessary to build a skyscraper courthouse, but it would definitely have looked a bit better if it were a bit taller, but I guess there's nothing I can do about that. All right, let's avoid this part of Queen Street straight down there, since it's basically a construction zone. Another look at the courthouse. And of course, right across the street is another courthouse. This new one here, Ontario Court of Justice, Toronto, will free up Old City Hall, which has been used as a courthouse for many decades now. So now Old City Hall will have to find another use. Hopefully it comes up with something good, or they come up with something good to do with that building. I think a museum of Toronto is one of the ideas that's been bandied about. Oh, this is nice. Jewish response to homelessness. Fresh meals, clothing, toiletries, harm reduction supplies. Much needed. All right, University Avenue, more construction along here. I guess I can't completely avoid it. Here's the older courthouse building. The Canada Life building. Very grand. I think that's a Beaux Arts architectural style. That dates back around 100 years or so. And this will be a fixture here for the next 5 to 10 years, hopefully less than 10. New subway line construction, a new station going right here. I went up to the top of that Canada Life building during Doors Open many moons ago, and Doors Open is coming up again this month. I'm not sure what buildings will be included this year. Tends to sort of change from year to year, but some years certain buildings are available every time. I guess the more popular ones. And the views from up there are pretty cool. It's only about 17 floors at the very top, but more than high enough to get an expansive view of the surrounding downtown. All right, here's Queen Street. I think there's a new bar called The Score, actually, which is a sports bar. With that name, how could it not be? It's located where the old Black Bull used to be, which is one of the oldest bars in Toronto. So we'll take a walk past there, see if there's any fan frenzy type activity going on. I guess it's 8 o'clock. I can hear Old City Hall chiming in the hour. Can't really see it, but it's over there behind the trees. New subway station entrance also is underway here. All right, a Wednesday evening on Queen West. I don't often do walks along here on this particular night or time of day. Maybe sometimes when I'm live streaming, but certainly not for pre-recorded videos.
So then, oh yeah, bugs.
I thought he had a real animal on his shoulder, but it's a stuffed animal. That might make for a good thumbnail, maybe.
Thanks for joining me. I was there the other day for like.
Well, it's certainly lively enough.
The Four Seasons has.
It is a very nice evening.
No, I
Not all that surprising.
Okay. Oh yeah, because. Oh my god.
No, rano zakryłeś.
The warehouse. For once, they're not blasting ridiculously loud music out onto the sidewalk, although it is inside, which is where it should be. I wonder if they play any games on the screens in here. Doesn't look like it. They have a screen in there, but it's not playing the game. I don't think it's really a hockey crowd who goes there.
Alright, see you. Have a good weekend. See you.
All right, we're at Queen and John, and there's the lineup that I was expecting to see at that corner.
All right. Work
It's
on it,
almost
work on
always there. Surprisingly, though, last time I walked past there during a live stream, there was no lineup. I was quite surprised.
I don't.
Gelateria.
Most of the dancing.
Jeg har også haft 3 sabbatår. Ja.
No.
and see who can fumigate the best, as well as make the best cologne.
Found a cookie shop. It's literally just called Cookies, I think. Score on Queen. So this is the one that used to be the Black Bull. And they do have some screens out here on the patio. Not sure if they're playing the game, but I just figured they would be at a place like this. Leafs Nation headquarters. How could they not be playing the game here, right? They have like screens all around, actually, surrounding the walkways of the entryway of the patio. And inside as well, I can see some more larger screens. So I think it's safe to say that this is definitely a hockey crowd watching the game. Very prominent location. All right, I'll go down Peter Street here.
It is never actually.
So we did find at least some Leafs after we looked at some Tulips. This video isn't a complete loss. Actually walking south towards the Sky Dome. Just off in the distance. But all the action tonight is at the Scotiabank Arena. 2 nights ago I did a video where I actually walked around the arena during Game 1 of Round 2. And there was quite a lot of hype and commotion. I got as close as I could get to being inside Maple Leaf Square without actually being inside of it. So this old building is on the verge of falling down or being eventually incorporated into a newer building. Strength training gym I'm walking past here. A couple minutes ago that dude wearing his workout gear walked past me, probably where he was coming from. All right, here's Adelaide. Maybe I'll walk down to John Street. I know there's a number of bars and patios on John Street. I already walked past John Street on Queen, but there wasn't too much going on at that corner.
Didn't actually say that.
Oh, this is funny. I was just saying in another recent video that this block needed some work done to improve the streetscape, and it looks like they've actually done just that just since I recorded that video not too long ago. It's been repaved. Looks a lot better now. It was all rough and torn up looking last time I walked past there. Maybe they're watching my videos. Well, Ken says we gotta redo this street. We better get on that. If only. Authentic Greek experience. Oh, they do have the hockey game inside there, also playing on a big screen. There you go. Another taste of some Leafs. I imagine just about any popular restaurant or bar with a big TV inside is playing the game, let's face it, right? It's not the Warehouse. They're too cool for that at the Warehouse. And I can hear the game coming from Hooters. I think up on the rooftop patio, they have a big screen, and inside the restaurant as well. It's pretty packed in there. And I think a lot of these places across the street probably also are playing the game inside. I don't see any screens outdoors though on the patio. Here's another look at Hooters. Get some hockey with your Hooters. Quite the combination, I think, that many people would enjoy. Got the town crier. I can hear the game coming from across the street at that tavern, whatever it's called. And I could probably just continue walking around downtown from block to block and come upon similar scenes. I have a feeling King Street also is quite similar to the south, especially west of Spadina.
He didn't say anything, didn't
Oh, somebody scored. I'm assuming it was the Leafs who scored. Why else would they cheer? Oh. And that huge cheer came from right over here. I almost forgot about this space. There's a huge open lot here that they have set up with picnic tables where you can fit hundreds of people. So maybe I'll take us over there to wrap up the walk. They have a huge screen here. Unfortunately, I'm looking at the back side of it. You can see how many people are in here. A lot of people are in here. I remember I climbed up that fire escape one time during a live stream. Oh, looks like I can't walk through here. Well, let's just go around the block. We'll go to the main entrance. That lot is probably the biggest gathering place to watch games away from the Maple Leaf Square, which is right in front of the arena. We're on Duncan Street. Just sort of scoping out any little off the beaten path access points where I might be able to get a closer look. Looks like I'll have to settle for the main entrance here on Richmond Street. This is just temporary though. It's eventually going to be turned into a city park. But it's been used in this fashion for several years now. There we go. People are eating. Get a full service experience here, get a meal, sit outside in the fresh air, watch the game on a gigantic screen. Surrounded by hundreds of fans. Sounds like a good time, probably a better time than standing at Maple Leaf Square shoulder to shoulder. But that's about does it, I think, for my little walk around here on game night during the playoffs. Got to look at some tulips and some leaves. So I hope you enjoyed. Leave a comment down below, let me know your thoughts, and be sure to like, share, and subscribe if you haven't already done so. Also be sure to hit that notification bell, that way you won't miss any of my videos. If you'd like to support the channel, there are links in the description where you can do so via PayPal, as well as via my merch store. Or you can also support the channel by becoming a channel member, or by sending a super thanks if you prefer. And you can find me on Instagram also under KContinuum. So thanks for watching, and thanks to all the channel members, and go Leafs go. And be sure to keep checking back because, as always, I will continue.